Let's talk Vivo X100 Ultra and some issues that I encountered when recording video. The Vivo X100 Ultra that I have here in my hands is a pretty cool device, especially when it comes to recording video and doing photos. But recording video, we have an issue that I have to talk about, and this is the white balance issue. But this is not the only issue that video recordings have, because what we have there as well is a focusing issue. So let me talk and show you what I mean. So the white balance issue with the Vivo X100 Ultra, when you turn on your video mode and just start shooting with the video mode, what you will see is my skin is much too yellow, and this is an issue that has something to do with white balance, but also with the over punchiness of colors. So as you can see here, this red of the bricks there is much more red on the camera than it will be in real life. So this is a huge issue that we have here on the Vivo X100 Ultra, but gladly the white balance issue I can fix with an easy trick just by going to the Pro mode. Pro video mode with manual white balance set to 5700 Kelvin, which is still a bit warmer. It's daylight conditions basically, and you can see that my face is way less yellow as it was before. The brick wall, however, is still a little bit over punched. The same goes for the greenery around me. But the cool thing is, nevertheless, if you set your white balance to not be automatic but manual, even if I go now into the sun, you will see that it will not do any white balance changes there, so it will stay fixed, which helps with the overall footage being consistent. So this is a very good tip already for the Vivo X100 Ultra. But there's another issue that I discovered with the Vivo X100 Ultra, and this has something to do with focusing. If you want to go close up, as you can see here, this works nicely here. But if you go a bit too close, then it gets out of focus because of the large sensor there. You can even zoom in if you want to. This allows you to go in a bit further, or you can go to 3.7 times, which switches the lens, and then you can go into macro. So this is working fine, as you can see here. I can even get very close there, but then I have to back up until I reach the minimum focus distance. But the main issue is that sometimes the focus gets out of focus. Especially when I'm like walk and talk, this is a huge issue. But also what I noticed that when I want to show you little things, the USB-C plugs of my SSD, or here even this, I want to show you this in close-up. Sometimes it's not focusing on what I want it to focus on, but it's rather focusing on the background, or it's not managing to focus on it. And this has something to do with the shallow depth of field that is very shallow here on the Vivo X100 Ultra, which large aperture. It doesn't have the trick like the Xiaomi 14 Ultra or the Huawei Pura 70 Ultra that have the ability to just simply make the aperture a bit smaller to have a bit less shallow depth of field. So this is an issue. And I noticed that when doing the video for this one, that it went out of focus and back into focus and so on. So it has some focusing issues there that I think maybe Vivo can somehow address, or maybe it's a hardware limitation as well. But something that you have to be aware of if you are doing videos, and depending on what kind of videos you're doing, like product showcase, for example, is a feature that Sony made very famous, is something that on Vivo you might run into trouble there, especially if you want to show some little kind of products. If I have a huge ball or something like this in my hand, it won't be an issue. But with little products and close-ups, maybe switch to 3.7x and get it then there, or 2 times magnification, though you have to be also aware that the main camera sensor has this issue with little objects in front of you that it might not focus very well on it. But this of course doesn't mean that the Vivo X100 Ultra is a bad video camera or a bad video smartphone camera. It is quite the opposite. It's pretty good. It's not sitting on the top because of those two nitpicks, and hopefully Vivo can address them either with a new device or even with firmware updates here on this one. It's a very good video device. You, by the way, hear all the video long, except for the intro, the Vivo X100 Ultra's microphones, the built-in microphones, so I don't have any external microphone plugged in. It can be used even for vlogging in some situations where you're not directly next to a busy street or loud kids playing in the background or something. Talking about loud kid, you probably hear my daughter crying there. Have to check up on her. Nevertheless, what do you think about the Vivo X100 Ultra's video quality, the tip that I gave you with the setting white balance manually, and of course the issues with focusing? Did you encounter this as well? Write it down in the comment section. That's everything for this short little video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time.